Good morning, everybody. Blaine Austin here at Sewing Machines Plus. Hey, and welcome to our live show today on Thursday. And guys, we're so glad you're here. We have Kennedy in the house this morning. We got Big Daddy Kyle in here.
Good morning, y'all.
Hey, we're both wearing red.
Oh,
I didn't even
we're
notice
twinning
till
it
I
up.
looked at the camera.
We've got Rock and Roger. He's over there at the San Marcos classroom today with Deb Donovan. We got Deb in the house. And guys, we're going to show you my favorite combo pick today, guys. I picked some products out that are just, I think you're really going to like. And once you see how they all work together, it's kind of crazy. They're all different products and they come together to form this really cool combo. And so we're going to talk about that today. And so we got some great stuff to show you. And we got a great price on both of the combos today. So if you've been looking to get into a little bit of quilting, I'll kind of give it away. We've got a great package for you today. Hope everybody is doing fantastic across the nation. Man, we have out here in San Diego area, it's absolutely just perfect weather right now. Blue skies and in the low, probably low 60s every night, and then in the daytime it's warming up. Probably I don't even know what it got yesterday. Probably 80.
A little cold for me, but
a little cold for you.
a little cold for me.
Perfect weather for me. I tell you, I love it. And this past weekend, Michelle and I had some friends that came out and visited from Baton Rouge. And so we were just packed full of activities. We actually went on a dinner cruise on one of the nights on Saturday night. And then Sunday we went out on the boat and went out on the bay. And it was just perfect weather. It was beautiful, sunny. Temperature was in the high 60s. Couldn't ask for a better day. So it was, we just absolutely loved it. So guys, we hope y'all had a great weekend and had a great week so far. We have been really busy here. I think it was, I don't even remember what day it was. Kyle, was it yesterday, the day before? I was in meetings probably
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Tuesday, I was in non-stop meetings all day long.
Couldn't even get your lunch.
Talked all day. I'm still a little hoarse from talking so much. So y'all bear with me today. But hey, guys, got to say a big shout out to some of our SMP Nation out there that's watching today. Hey, we have Teresa Garcia. Hey, and I got to tell you a little message about, or a story about Teresa Garcia. Okay, so my wife last week went to the dentist, and there's a lady there named Elizabeth Garcia. And somehow they got to talking and they figured out that her mom is a sewer and her mom is from New Mexico and her mom is Teresa Garcia. And Teresa was actually at our San Marcos store shopping while Michelle was at the dentist, and they got to talking about it. And so her mom, Teresa, watches our show. So a big shout out to Teresa this morning, if you're watching today. And Elizabeth, her daughter, who works at the dentist office my wife went to. So small world, and it was kind of funny. They just got to talking. And so anyway, want to say big shout out to Teresa if she's watching. And we want to say hi to Millie Holt. Millie is out in Colorado. Vicki Wagner, she's over in Michigan this morning, up in Angela Wolf's stomping grounds. Sherry Higby over in Oklahoma. We have Patricia Winters in Tennessee. Nelda Valencia in Colorado. Nana over in Georgia is watching today. Good morning, Nana. And Doreen Warren she's here in California. And by the way, didn't y'all tell me Doreen just won $700 at the casino?
She just went to Laughlin.
Well, congratulations, Doreen. Hey, and guess what, Doreen? You got $700 to spend towards your combo today.
Yeah.
You know where you can spend that money?
Yes. It's going to be such a good price today. You're going to go, I'm going to use that earnings for sewing stuff. That's perfect. Hey, we have Lauren Scott over in Wyoming watching, and Yvonne Hudson is also watching in California. So good morning to the SMP Nation. And I saw a lot of our regulars out there as well. So Good morning to you too. If you're brand new, this is the first time you've ever seen our show, put a number 1 in the chat right now and let us know where you're from. The SMP Nation will welcome you with open arms. And I tell you, if you want to, some information, this is the place to be, because the SMP Nation are very knowledgeable. They're going to help you. If you have any questions, they can help you as well. And if we see questions, we'll try to help you throughout the chat. But guys, if you ask a question on the chat, you have a chance to win something, don't they, Kennedy?
Yes, you do.
You get to win. We're going to give some stuff away today. And how you can win is basically you just like, share, comment, or subscribe.
It's
4 easy
simple.
things. It's very simple. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, go subscribe to it right now. Guess what? We just hit 17,000 subscribers this week. So go
Yay.
subscribe. Our goal is to hit that 20,000 by the end of the year. So
Yes.
we're getting close.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, those days are whittling down, aren't they? And so anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, go like our Facebook page. I think we got what, Kyle, about 30,000 on Facebook.
Almost.
Is that right?
Have 40,000 followers on Facebook.
We got a lot on
likes.
Facebook too, but
Yeah.
we want to build that YouTube channel up as well. Because guys, I got to give you a little inside scoop. YouTube, the more people that go and like or subscribe to their YouTube channel, what they do is they monetize it, and they pay us for the more people we get, and we use that money that we get, that little, it's not much, but we get a little bit of money that helps fund all of our prizes that we give
Love
away.
it.
So
Love it, love it, love
the
it.
more people we get, the more prizes we give away.
The
So that's
bigger
kind of
the
how it works.
prizes, right?
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of how it works. And Carol Moore is saying, I bought my wonderful Juki from you. Good morning. So, well, congratulations on your Juki, Carol, and thank you for shopping with SMP. We sure do appreciate your business, and we hope that you'll stay around and with us and buy all your products from us if you can, because we sure love to have you as a lifer. So, and then let's go sew with Joanne Banco. That is Joanne Banco.
She was just on our show.
Hey,
on
Joanne.
Tuesday.
She was on Tuesday and had a huge audience watching her.
Yes.
And so congratulations on that, Kennedy, having a big audience.
Oh,
And thank you, Joanne, for coming on our show. You're always a huge hit with everybody, and we love having you on there. We have Sheila Green says, hello from Missouri. So hello, Sheila, up in Missouri. And not too far, I grew up in Arkansas, and right below the Boot Hill, Missouri, in northeast corner of Arkansas. So I'm sure she probably knows where I'm at. If she's depends on what part of Missouri she's in, but most people in that central Missouri or southeast Missouri knows where I'm at. So the Boot Hill.
Know the stomping grounds.
Yvette Yeager says a big hello and thank you to Let's Go Sew with Joanne Banco. So I confirm that and agree with it and everything you can do. I tell you, that was an awesome show that she did Tuesday. And if y'all missed it, hopefully we'll get Joanne back on for another Takeover Tuesday. And she has got so much knowledge. And guys, we love when she comes on the show. And so guys, got to tell you about some events that we got coming up. Make sure y'all write these on your calendars and keep up with this. We'll try to keep reminding you too. But hey, on November the 28th, that is Cyber Monday. So that's going to be the Monday after Thanksgiving. So that Friday after Thanksgiving is Black Friday, as they call it. And then Monday is the Cyber Monday, where usually all the internet sites have really good deals. Well, we're going to have a show, and it's going to be action-packed, nonstop demonstrations, all day long. Every 15 minutes, you're going to get to see a new product, and we're going to have some great specials. Kyle and I have been working really hard trying to get some really, really good buys from the manufacturers and get some really good deals, and to be able to offer those on that show. Then on I think it's December the 12th through the 16th is going to be our Countdown to Christmas show. It'll be 5 days. We're going to be streaming all day long. Jane Klaus will be helping me co-host that. And again, it's going to be all themed about Christmas. We're going to have Michelle, my wife, will be coming in. She's going to be decorating the set. We'll have a tree. It's going to be really, really pretty when she gets finished with it. And she'll do that. And then we'll be... you never know what we're going to do on Countdown to Christmas.
No, it's full of surprises.
Santa Blaine is probably coming to town.
Listen, if y'all are watching, I'm begging Blaine. We're begging Blaine to dress up and do something crazy. So if you agree, comment down below and let us know, because we're trying to convince him. Maybe a little sparkle, Blaine. You
never know. You just never know what they might see. So we got that in store, and then we've already started working on the events for next year, which is 2023. We'll have our Quilt Fest in March, and we're working right now. I think we may have kind of told y'all a little bit about it at SewFest, but we're going to have a quilt challenge that it's going to be myself, Angela Wolf, Jane Klaus, and Chris Talk are all going to do a quilting challenge, and we're going to we're going to have a little bit of rules, but everybody's going to get kind of given a same kit, like the same type of fabric. same colors, and basically it's going to be creative.
Yeah.
And we're going to put that up where y'all can vote on them and vote on your favorite one. So we'll go. And here's the thing: I'm not a sewer. All three of them are sewers, so they've got a little bit of advantage. But one advantage I have is I have quilted before. I made that table runner.
Yes, you did.
And they've never quilted, so it kind of balances out. And but I've got some tricks up my sleeves.
Do you?
Yes, I am. I'm going to use every machine in the house to create some crazy, wild-looking quilt.
I'll have to be there to record some.
I've got
scenes.
remember the Ricoh
Yes.
direct to garment printer.
Yes.
We can actually print on fabric, so I've got that. I've got multi-needle embroidery machine, so I can do embroidery.
Yes.
What are you laughing at?
There's a comment up there that says Kennedy has to be head elf, and it just made me laugh. I'm sorry.
I think Kennedy still needs to dress up like the girl from Elf, the movie.
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe, yeah, you need to dress up like her. And then Kyle and Roger need to put the Elf, actual Will Ferrell's
Kyle
outfits
would be
on.
such a good Buddy the Elf.
Buddy the
I'm
Elf,
telling you.
yes.
I don't know.
I think so. So I've got the multi-needle machine I can use. So
The Swift.
I've got the scan and cut. So I can create all these great things on a quilt. And then I've got robotics. I can do robotic designs on the quilt. So I think I've got a little bit of advantage there too. So lack of talent, the lack of talent I have, I might make up for it in equipment.
Let's hope Jane and Chris aren't watching, because then they might catch on to all your little tricks and
Well,
tips and tricks.
I'll tell them, I'll tell them what I'm going to do. But anyway, because I'm sure they're going to beat me anyway, but I'm going to give it a real good try. So anyway, y'all look out for that. We're going to do that for, the Quilt Fest in March, and that'll be a lot of fun. Plus, we'll have a quilting contest for you. So if y'all are quilters, you can go ahead and start making your quilt now, and start, planning it, because we're going to have a quilt contest that you can enter your quilt in. And, we're going to open it up for voting, and who knows, you might win some prizes. We give some great prizes away. And then somebody's going to win that golden scissors trophy as well. So that's pretty cool.
We just saw them. We saw they got shipped in, and they are gorgeous trophies. So if
from SewFest?
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
It's a good little prize there.
All right. So guys, I got to talk about the package we have today.
Yes.
All right. So everybody knows, they've seen the Baby Lock Jazz 2, and that's been one of the most popular machines that Baby Lock's put out in some time. And it has a 12-inch throat space on it. So it is so awesome for using it for quilting. They have a brand new machine called the Allegro that is all electronic, and it has the 12-inch throat space. So it's basically the big brother or big sister, I guess you could say, of the Jazz 2. And both machines are just fantastic. I love them. We're going to talk a little bit about both of them. But then the combo we have today, we're going to go jump over to Grace and say, hey, we're going to get their Cutie Frame. Everybody, y'all seen the Cutie Frame on here. The Cutie Frame is set up to where you can use any domestic machine on it. So if you've got a great machine at home already, you won't even need the machine. You can just get the Cutie Frame. But what we're doing today, Kennedy and Kyle, is so cool, is we have our brand new StayPerfect electric lift table. Now, we have two of those tables, and I don't want to get people confused. One of them is a two-tier table that they both lift independently. Mm-hmm. And then we have a single table that's a big table. It's 30 inches by 48 inches. And it's an electric lift. What's cool about that, when you buy the table, you're also getting a wool mat that fits it. And it's an ironing mat that has the moisture barrier built in. You can iron right on the table and you won't damage your table. So it's a huge ironing surface, which is fantastic. So what we're doing is we're going to that's making a combo. So you can take the wool off. You can use it for that. Take that off. Put your Cutie Frame on there and your machine, and now you have a quilting machine, long arm quilting machine, that is adjustable height with one push of a button. Yes. So you can push a button and it'll go down to a preset height that you want it to sit and do quilting, or you can hit another button and it'll go to a preset height that you determine for standing, and you can start quilting. That's fantastic. And then if you want to store your Cutie Frame away, you just take the machine off, set it to the side, take your Cutie Frame, slide it under the bed, turn it vertically, put it in the closet, and then get a sew mat put your sew mat out,
Oh, it's just so easy.
put your machine back on the table, and now you have a great machine table to use. If you want to iron, pull your machine off, pull your mat off, put your wool mat on. Now you can have a huge ironing surface.
Cutting mats too.
Throw a cutting mat on it and cut. You're right. It is such a versatile combination. So we're excited to show you that today. And so the first thing I'm going to do, I want to show that the first one. Deb is going to talk about the Jazz 2 first. So let's put that overlay up there, Kennedy. And I want y'all to see this. This is the combination we're talking about today. And guys, we have an unbelievable price at $26.99 for this. And what's so great about this, not only you're getting the Jazz 2 machine, you're going to get that StayPerfect single table, electric lift table. You're getting that big, huge wool mat that fits on there. And then you're getting the Cutie Frame that you can use for any machine on there. But we're selling that with the Jazz today. So you have that 12-inch throat space to do it. And now, not only are you getting that, but we're also throwing in a free bundle. The free bundle, you're going to get that gold XL Sewing Machines Plus sew mat that matches that Baby Lock gold. You're getting the 100-pack of organ needles. Now, one of the things that's important about those needles too, we're giving you, Deb will talk a little bit about that. We're going to give you those size 14 needles and 18 needles. And the reason we're doing that is because 14 is so good at piecing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the 18 is really good at free motion. So we're going to give you those needles. You're going to get the 3-year platinum protection warranty on that. You're getting that Baby Lock walking foot. You're getting the 12 extra presser feet. You're getting that rolling, all the different feet. I'm not going to go through all the feet because there's too many of them. You get the free 60-day trial of the Baby Lock sewed online classes, and you're getting free shipping nationwide right to your doorstep. And if you need financing, we have financing available as well. And then you're getting 0%. And then we have the 18 spool thread kit quilting collection. So a ton of stuff is coming with this. So what we're going to do now, guys, we are going to go to the San Marcos store. Deb is over there. She's got the table set up. She's got the Cutie Frame set up, and she has the Jazz 2 on there. We're going to talk all about that, show you how you can use it, all the different things. And then she's going to come back to me, and we'll go over the pricing again and kind of remind you all the things that are in the package. But Deb, good morning, and we hope that you're excited about this package as I am.
Good morning, Blaine. And I really am. I think this is a perfect combination of things. And when we put it together, I realized exactly how great it really was and how flexible it is depending on what I want to do with it.
You know, that's what I was thinking about this, and I was like, we have the best table out on the market by far. I mean, it's so versatile, all the things you can do with that table. And then I got to thinking about, you know, the wool mat. If you put a cutting mat on it, you put our sew mats on it, you could do so many different things. And then I was like, why don't we just put the Cutie Frame on it too? And then you have a adjustable height electric lift long arm machine that's portable and extremely easy to set up. Because a lot of people are, as you know, and you tell me this all the time, you've got a sewing room that's packed. It was a bedroom in your house that's packed full of stuff and machines, and you run out of room. So, you know, to put a big long arm in there, you can't do it, but you can put this in there very easy and be able to function extremely well. And you know what? With this Cutie, you can do a king size quilt.
Absolutely. I could do a king size quilt if I wanted to. My sewing room is upstairs, and after I moved my sewing cabinet upstairs, my husband and I made a deal that never again would we put something that big and that heavy upstairs.
I guarantee you people out there relating to that right now.
Yeah, if we're going to survive our marriage, then the next time we do this, it's 2 men in a truck. So, because it's hard getting stuff upstairs, but I know a lot of us are sewing in bedrooms or in basements. So the Cutie's a great place to do that. And even if you don't have a bedroom or a basement, if you're still at the kitchen table, this thing is so small and so light that you can take it off the table, put it back on the table. When you're done, you can slide it under the bed. You can take it in the RV, put it up at your second house, you know, take it to retreats. It's like about 30 pounds, which might sound a little bit heavy, but really it's all just these aluminum bars. So it's 30 pounds, but it's so easy to pick up because there's all these places to hold on to it. It's not like a 30-pound box where there's no place you can grip it. I actually lift it up and I put it right on my shoulder when I'm moving it around the classroom. It sits perfectly there. So the Cutie Frame
Yeah.
right here is a perfect size, like I was kind of just mentioning. It's 48 inches wide. A lot of like the baby quilts that I do are just a little bit smaller than that. So you really could do a baby quilt on here without having to do a lot of repositioning left to right. But because I have this clamp system on here, I can actually do any size quilt on here. It's very easy. I used to use a Q-snap back in the day. It's a hoop frame just like that. And so what you're going to do if you have a larger quilt, what I have is these little elastic straps right here that are going to support the bulk of your quilt. I have 4 of them in the front and I have 4 of them in the back. These straps are actually going to keep it out of your lap and away from your feet at the front. And they're going to keep it corralled and contained at the back so that it doesn't end up getting into your sewing machine at all. But to switch things out and move them, I can pretty much do it one-handed. These are elastic straps that you just adjust. They clip onto slots that are on the rails here. And then these rails just pivot right off. They've got all these notches in here. Roger, can you see that they're kind of corrugated here? That's because this rail is it's a square. It's really a diamond. So it's going to hold everything very tight because these grooves are going to catch on to this point at the top and the front and the bottom and stop everything from rotating. Keeps it nice and snug. So let me put that back on. So as you're repositioning the quilt, I like to start further back and kind of rock it forward. So I keep it nice and taut there. Roll it up. Clip it on. And now I can be absolutely ready to go and ready to quilt with it. Today, like Blaine said, I have the Baby Lock Allegro on it, the brand new Baby Lock Allegro. Big machine, which it actually makes a perfect pair with the Cutie Frame. The Cutie Frame's footprint is 48 inches wide, and it adjusts from 33 to 38 inches wide. And it adjusts right here so that you can put a smaller machine on it. But if you have a larger machine, you can stretch this out to take advantage of all of that extra space there. But when you do that, the actual footprint on your table still stays the same. You've got 24 inches on your table, even though it expands out to 38 inches maximum. So you don't have to worry about having a very large table. 24 by 48 is a standard size table. You can find those just about anywhere. I'm going to be a little bit biased and say I really do like this table that it's sitting on because it is so stable. I've sewn on inexpensive tables and banquet tables before, and that vibration tends to bother me a little bit. So I like sewing on a sturdy table, no matter what it looks like. When they put the Cutie Frame together, they put a lot of thought into it. So I have, and I'll show you, I've got handlebars, but the handlebars are actually down below the fabric because the handlebars are attached directly to the carriage that's under here. I have a screw right here where if I want to, I can adjust the angle that these handlebars are at. I can even take them off entirely and put them on the back of the carriage if you wanted to quilt from the back for some reason. I am going to quilt from the front for you today. One of the things that I have on the Allegro that you're going to see me taking advantage of is I've now got a computerized machine over here. So I have a speed control, which is going to limit the maximum speed of my machine. So I'm going to set that about 3/4. And then I have built-in scissors now, and I have a built-in needle up and down button, all 3 of which make quilting on a frame a whole lot easier. So I already have stuff ready to go. I have the free motion quilting foot put on here. I'm loaded up with bright yellow thread so that hopefully you'll be able to see it. Let me just put this clip back on. These clips are intended to hold fabric that's a little bit thicker than this. My foot pedal is on the floor. If you're wondering how I can quilt standing up and have my foot pedal on the floor, it's because Grace gives you the extensions with the Cutie Frame. There are basically 5 different extension cords that you can put on your foot pedal so that I can actually run this machine and the Cutie and probably any table configuration that you can come up with, because you have a 3-foot extension cord on your foot pedal. So you can work at any height, or it doesn't matter where your cord has to go under the table at. You're going to be able to get your foot pedal to the floor so you can sew on it comfortably.
I'm going to pan down and show them how far that cord is too.
So my table right now is at 37 inches off the ground. It's actually probably closer to 39 because the casters are on the table. So it is all the way down there. Okay. So when you quilt on a frame, what I like about being able to quilt on the Cutie Frame is I'm looking at the side of the machine right here. So the side of the machine, when I look at the side of the machine, I'm not looking at the machine. I don't have the arm of the machine. I don't have it in my field of view. All I can see is the end of the machine. I can see the needle and I can see the quilt. I can see all of those things a lot more clearly, especially on the height adjustable table, because I can make it the right height for me as opposed to putting it on a standard 30-inch tall table. And that was going to let me use this frame at whatever height I like. Now these handlebars on the bottom, you might think they look a little bit unexpected because most of the time we have our handlebars up here. But what you're going to find is that having the handlebars on the bottom is really kind of genius because they are underneath the fabric, which means that I don't have my hands and I don't have the handlebars on top, which means that my hands aren't casting shadows. I can glance over and see the entire quilt top and not have to have my arm in the way of seeing something. And then because my hands are down here, the quilt top is higher. Higher is closer to my eyes, and anything that I can see better, I love. So I really enjoyed the fact that when I did this, I was able to lift up the quilt top higher so I don't have to hunch over to feel like I can see what's going on at the needle. So I will give you a little pro tip here that when I'm quilting standing up, I do like to turn the foot pedals sideways. It's just easier on me. So let me do that. Because I am a little bit, I like to do things a certain way. I'm trying to think of a kind way to say that. I'm going to pull up my bobbin thread using the needle up and down button. Needle down, needle up. Oops, I lost it. Let's do that one more time. Needle down, needle up. There's my bobbin thread. I like to pull my bobbin thread up when I'm quilting because if I know where it is, then I know where it's not. If I've got my bobbin thread up top when I start quilting, then I don't have to worry about it getting tangled in any other stitches. So I am going to put my needle right back on top of that spot. I have pretty sure the machine's set to stop down. Yep, the machine is set to stop with the needle down. So now I've got it set up. I don't know if Roger, if you can see, but my hands are pretty much perfectly parallel to the floor.
Let me back out. I was zooming into the needle.
So
that's very ergonomic.
Yes,
so.
yes. And the other thing that you're going to find when you quilt with this is that the handlebars are further towards me. They are closer to me. I'm not reaching out over the frame. The handles are, because they're on the front of the carriage, are probably at least 6 inches closer than they are on a traditional frame. And that 6 inches makes a big difference because now my elbows can come into my upper body and I'm more well supported. My shoulders really aren't in the game at all. When I quilt out here, I will get shoulder pain after a while. But when I'm on here, my elbows are tucked in tight, my arms are at a 90-degree angle, and I'm so much more stable. I'm not going to end up with shoulder pain at the end of the day. All right, so let me put my foot on the gas right here. And you can see how I've got my foot all the way down. That's the beauty of having the speed control on the machine, is I can never go any faster than 3/4 or probably about 800 stitches a minute. That's my kind of happy spot when it comes to stitching. But if you are somebody who likes to stitch a little bit slower, I do know some people are precision quilts, more precise quilters than I am. I can set it up so that it goes a lot slower. Now, when I make it go a lot slower, I do have to move my hands a lot slower to keep that stitch length nice and even. But the point is, it's in your control. It's however you want it to be, is how you can set it up to be with the speed control, with the height adjustment, with the foot pedal, It is all up to however is going to work best for you and your quilt top and your machine. That's the beauty of the flexibility of the Cutie. And I'm also going to say that it's going to grow with you, because if you put it on with a Allegro right now, but then decide in a year or two that you really want to take your Allegro and use it specifically for piecing and quilting, or piecing, not really quilting, and you want to get a Cunique to put on here, then you can do that. You can put up to a 19-inch Cunique on this frame and it'll work just beautifully. So you can see how, I cannot quilt that slow on a regular basis. Sorry, that would take special effort. So it's super good. The balance on the carriage, I'm quilting with one hand right now, but truly I could probably do it with one finger. It's that nice of a balance on here. You don't feel the weight of the machine. The Allegro probably weighs as much as the frame does, but anybody can do it. You don't need any kind of upper body strength or anything to move this, because the frame, the wheels on the carriage and on the frame base are so well balanced that it just flows. And then because I am on an Allegro, oh wow, I scribbled all over everything there. Woo, see? I can, just so you know, I can even do sharp things. I don't have to be, do doodles. You can do any shape you want to on here. But I am on an Allegro. An Allegro is a computerized machine, and this computerized machine has scissors on it. So I can hit the scissors button once I get my finger on it, and it went ahead and cut that thread for me. So I don't have to worry about getting my hands up and under there to try and cut those threads. It's going to cut the threads for me because I'm on the Allegro. It's a function that's not on all of the machines, but it is one that I really like when I'm on a frame, because I don't have to get my hands up and under here. I was just quilting standing up for you guys because I am on the StayPerfect frame, or the StayPerfect table. I am not the tallest person in the world. I am actually the shortest person in my house. But with this height adjustable table, I am nowhere near the maximum height of the table. It will go up another 10 inches from where I was quilting at. So at this point, when I get it all the way up, I think it's even too tall for Blaine.
That's pretty high.
At this point, it's 47 inches tall before the casters. So it's probably close to 49 inches tall right here, which is not so great for quilting on, but it makes a great bar height, I think, for me. So if anybody's, Blaine, I'm talking to you right there. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to take it down. And do you hear how quiet it is? When I'm out on the floor in the store with this and the music's on, I can't even hear the motor. I have to watch the table to make sure that it's going up and down. We have height adjustable desks in the office, and none of them are as quiet as this table is. So I still got a little bit further to go. I'm going to come all the way down. So now you can see that when I adjust my chair to the right height. So now I'm sitting down. So if you don't want to stand up all the time, you can sit down at this frame or stand up at it. I can still get my hands on the handlebars. They're up front. My elbows are tucked into my body. So I've got that great ergonomics, that good body position going on there. Because my hands are low, I'm not sitting like this, and I'm not hunching forward because the quilt's so much visible for me. And then I can just continue. Oops, that's right, I cut the thread. And then I can just continue on, although I'm going to go over here to a clean section. I would trim those threads. But see how much space I have available? The Allegro with a 12-inch arm on there, I can quilt all the way up to about there before, and my problem is at the back. I do have it pushed a little bit forward because I left the accessory tray on here just because I'm doing another demo. You might not have yours out quite so far, but I have a good 9-10 inches of quilting space right there, which is more than I can get on a lot of machines. So if you're quilting a little bit, if you're quilting a lot, if you're looking for something that's a little bit portable, that you can take with you. I think that the Cutie is a great option. I actually have a thread painting project that I've been meaning to do for a while, and I've just kind of been putting it off, but I think it's going to be fabulous to do on here because I'll be able to see everything, so I can go and accent the sections that I want to and be able to see it all, as opposed to having to do it on my domestic and then pull it out and hold it up and see what I think it looks like. The Cutie frame is not going anywhere. The bottom of it is just sitting there. There's rubber on the bottom of the frame, which gives me two things. First of all, it's going to make sure that it doesn't slip on any table. And second of all, it's going to protect your table. So you can put it on anything. It doesn't have to be a StayPerfect table, and it's not going to scratch anything because there is rubber on the bottom all the way around. All of the adjustments on this are so easy. Once you get it put together, you don't need a screwdriver or anything. If you want to take your machine off, then you're just going to slide these to the side. Come over here, slide this one to the side. Lift that right off of there, slide it out, and you can get your machine on and off by yourself. If you want to adjust the height of it, these are, you've got levers right here to adjust how far out it comes. I have levers here also. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, you're going to be able to adjust this and put your machine off and on whenever you would like. So let me just take the whole quilt top off for you really quick so you can see what it looks like underneath there. Let me set these to the side and unhook these at the back. And then take these off. So Grace really thought of everything on this. They have labeled all of these bars with Grace and Cutie. So if you can read it, you're right. If you can't read it, you know you need to fix it. It's that kind of attention to detail that they really put into this. Oops, let me cut so that I can get these out of here and then come over and get my thread. There we go. So this is what it looks like without a quilt on it, which is not something you see very often. Sorry, I kind of caught there. I've got a kind of a V double rail configuration down here. That's going to give you better stability than a straight rail would be, because you basically have a V on the track and a V on the carriage, and they're nesting together beautifully. These are all solid pieces. And then, so that really side to side. Sorry, I'm going to take this off because I keep catching on it. Yeah, it's not intended to do that with the bungees on there. But you can see how easily this slides. You've got your left to right going on the carriage right here. And then you have the machine table that takes care of the in and out on there. And that's also on an angled design so that you really can get the most control. And it's what makes it stay in place. I mean, I have a 30-pound machine on here and it's just moving with the finger. It's so well balanced. I absolutely adore this frame. You can take it home, you can set it up when you're done, put it in the closet, put it under the bed when you're ready for it again, pull it back up. If you want to start getting into quilting, then it's a great place to start because you can use what you have and then grow into the rest of the frame. I think it's a great option. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it back to Blaine because I'm going to take this Cutie frame off the table and show you the Allegro and the table all by itself.
Well, Deb, that was a great job. And guys, I hope y'all are excited about that because that is just an unbelievable combination. And Deb makes things look so easy, by the way, too. But yeah, it just shows you what you can do with that. Now, she showed you the Allegro. I thought she was going to start with the Jazz too. So we're going to show the overlay really quick of that Allegro and show you the price on that. Now, again, guys, this is the bundle and it is $29.99. And guys, this is an unbelievable price on this. along with this Allegro, you're going to get the StayPerfect single lift electric table. You're going to get that wool mat, which the wool mat by itself is $100. You're getting that Cutie Frame to go on it. And then you're getting that huge free bundle that goes with the machine. You know, you're getting the extra large gold sewing mat. You're getting the 12 presser foot. You're getting the double, you're getting the, I'm looking through all the feet. Man, there's so many feet with it. Yeah, there's 12 feet. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of them. I guess I can tell you what feet you're going to get. You're going to get the braiding foot, the gathering foot, the roller foot, the cording foot, the open-toed foot, the invisible zipper foot, the 1/4 inch foot with the guide, the 1/8 inch hammer foot, double cording and welting foot. You're getting that edge joining foot, the non-stick foot, and the pin tuck foot. Whoo! A lot of them. All right, and then you're getting the 100 pack of organ needles, size 14 and 18 in this. Now, again, guys, the Allegro is a brand new machine from Baby Lock that just got released about a month ago. This thing is, I call it the big sister of the Jazz. It has a 12-inch throat space, and what is so awesome about this Allegro, it is electronic. So not only can you set your stitch length, your stitch width electronically, you also have basically you can set your speed on it. So it's going to be like a cruise control on a car. You can, whatever speed you want, you just set that speed, and when you hit the foot pedal, that's the speed you're going to have. So it works out extremely well when you're doing free motion quilting on this. Again, perfect combination on the table and Cutie Frame. Let's talk about the table a little bit. Now, the StayPerfect table, again, guys, this is a 30 inches deep by 48 inches wide. So it is a really nice surface. So 30 inches deep by 48 inches wide. And it's going to raise from 27.3. 27.3 is the lowest setting, all the way up to 47.6, which if you're 7 foot tall, it's going to be perfect for you. So this thing, especially doing the quilting, but like the way it's made is it's made for you can adjust it to your perfect height of where you're standing, or if you want to sit down. And then it has a memory setting on there where you can hit a button, hold it, and it'll memorize those locations. So at one touch of a button to go up, it'll go to the exact point you want it to go down to the exact point you want it to. It has a 1-year warranty on the table. So guys, and it comes, with the casters as well. We're throwing in the casters with it. So it makes it extremely portable to move it around in your little sewing room. If you're struggling with space, this is a great space saver. And then again, the versatility of this table. Once you take your Cutie Frame off and you take your machine off and all that, you can put the wool mat on there, and it has the moisture barrier on the bottom of the wool mat, so you can do your ironing right on the table and not damage your table at all. Have a huge surface to iron on. Then when you're not ironing, you want to cut fabric. You pull the wool mat off, put a cutting mat on there, and start cutting. It is fantastic. And guess what I've got coming, Kennedy?
What do you have coming?
I have cutting mats coming. They're going to fit this perfectly.
Oh,
self-healing cutting mats that are going to fit this perfectly. So that's why it's called the StayPerfect table. So guys, again, all these individual things are a ton of money. We're making a huge discount on this. Again, this is well over $3,600 worth of stuff you're getting. It is down to $29.99 today with that Allegro package on it. And then again, I can't even stress how awesome a package this is. And I just love the table. That versatility of the table, what you can do, all the different things you can use it for. So again, it's versatile to where you can use it to quilt on or just to sew on. If you just want to use your sew mat, which I've got the gold sew mat right here.
Yes.
If you just wanted to use your sewing mat with the Allegro sitting on the table, now you got a great work surface that's adjustable height. You can stand and sew. If you want to sit and sew, you just hit your button and set it, where you want it there too. So again, it's a great table, probably the most versatile table on the market.
If I'm not mistaken, Blaine, it's almost like a little mini sewing room that you're buying.
You probably, you could basically call it that. That's why I named it the StayPerfect. it's perfect.
Mhm.
It's the,
Yeah.
it's going to just be a perfect surface to do all your things on. So again, guys, we hope that y'all love this package. I really do. That was one of the things that, I worked at the manufacturer to build this table, and I got, made it to 30 inches by 48 inches because I felt like that was a great size, not only to fit in your sewing room, but to have a great work surface. And I kind of had it in mind all the time to be able to put that Cutie Frame on, because again, you want, when you're quilting, I don't know of another quilting out there long arm that you can do that has an electric lift that you can adjust it exactly where you want it. So that's what makes this perfect. I don't think there's one out there. So again, guys, we hope that you're loving this, but we're going to go back to Deb. Now, Deb is, what she's done now, she's taken the Allegro off that Cutie Frame, and she's going to put the Jazz 2 on there. Now, the Jazz 2 has been one of our most popular machines that
they're still just doing Allegro with no Cutie.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Deep dive
Okay.
machine,
All right. So what she's going to do, thank y'all for correcting me.
That's next, I think.
So she's going to do that next. So what Deb is actually doing, she's got taken the Cutie Frame off the table. She's using the Allegro by itself. Now she's going to deep dive into the Allegro to let y'all know all the great features and things about it. So let's go back to the classroom over San Marcos and let Deb take it away.
Hey, Blaine. I had this switched over, and I don't know, it probably took me about 3 minutes to get the Cutie Frame off of here. I took the machine, I set it on the back counter, took off the carriage, took off the machine plate, put those on the table, took the frame off, put that on the table, and then I was done. I just put the machine back on the table, and I am ready to go. Before I get into the Allegro, though, let me talk to you a little bit more about the table. So this is the course that I know Blaine's given you some details, the StayPerfect height adjustable single table. It's 30 inches deep by 48 inches wide. So it's going to fit in a lot of spaces for those of us that don't have really, really big sewing rooms available to us. It's got a what they call a high density polyethylene HDPE top on it, which means that it's super clean, it's super hard to damage, it's resistant to a lot of chemicals, and it is heat resistant as well. I say heat resistant, it's not heat proof. So what we have here is a barrier mat and then the wool mat that you can put on top of it. So now, in addition to having a 30 by 48 craft sewing whatever table, you also have a 30 by 48 ironing board. I hate ironing quilt tops because my ironing board is this wide. So I am ironing my quilt top probably 36 inches by 15 inches at a time. That's all I can do on a traditional ironing board. But with this, you can do yardage, you can do quilt tops, you can do all those big things, and you can do them easily because you've got this entire work surface is a pressing surface for you. I would love to have that in my house. In addition, we've got height adjustable here. Like Blaine said, you can go from 27 inches to 47 inches. So you've got a lot of range there. Blaine's including the casters for you, and the casters are locking. I have them locked right now so that I don't accidentally send the table back into the cabinets that are back there. And it's got dual motors on it. Those dual motors are going to make sure that the table lifts and lowers evenly. You don't have one side trying to lift the other side. But the last thing that I think is really great about it, and Blaine mentioned it, is right here is the control panel for it. It's easy to find. It's got kind of like texture on the buttons, so you can see what the buttons are. You've got a set, a 1, a 2, a 3, an up, and a down. But let me tell you about these preset buttons. Preset button 1 for me is going to be a little bit up from all the way down. That's the height that I like to piece at. Preset button 2 would be the height that I like to quilt at setting down. So I would find my perfect height for the Cutie and the Allegro, and preset number 2 with that. Preset number 3 would be my stand-up quilting position. And now I don't have to sit here and fiddle back and forth. I can just hit the 3 button, hold it. It will go up to the height that I want it to be at. And I don't have to think about it because whenever you adjust something, it's never quite right the first time you adjust it, and then you have to tweak it again because you don't think it's quite right. Well, you don't have to do that. You can just press and hold that 3 button or the 2 or the 1 until it stops. I think 3 positions is really all that I need to have. So that's going to be great. As I converted the machine over, I forgot to put the cover on. You guys missed the great reveal. You missed the great reveal. So I love Baby Lock covers. They are heavy duty. They are canvas. They are water resistant. They are not going to tear. They're not going to turn yellow. And they have a place for you to bring the handle through so that you can keep it, so that you can comfortably carry it with the cover on. There's not a lot of manufacturers that are making covers as nice as this anymore. And Baby Lock included it with the Allegro. I will be honest, I have bought these covers for most of my other machines. I bought one for my Sashiko, I bought one for my Serger, but their Baby Lock's giving you this included with the Allegro. So if you have cats or live in a dusty place or don't, just want to cover it up for safety to keep everything clean when you're not sewing, the cover's right there for you. Although I do believe that they're giving you a cover in the pattern or in a bonus package. Okay, so now here is the Allegro. Right now I am set up on a straight stitch. You'll notice I've got the Jazz in the background. That's the mechanical machine, 28 stitches. The Allegro is the big sister. I mean, and when I say big sister, maybe it's the rich big sister, because there are so many great features on here while still keeping into that 12-inch arm. I have 12 inches of space right here. I don't think I would ever need anything larger than the 12 inches of space that I have right here. And the flexibility that's going to give me, if I'm doing bags, sometimes I need to put the bulk of the bag on the inside, and I can do that. If I'm doing quilts, sometimes as I'm putting the top together, I need to set things and arrange it, and I work around my machine. I'm not going to have to, because there's enough room under this arm for me to put just about anything under here. You have, if I lift the cover, 200 different stitches on the Allegro now. Because it's a computerized machine, you have 200 stitches. That includes 2 alphabets, about 10 buttonholes, and so many decorative stitches, you'll probably not know what to do with them all. But as a quilter, it also has everything we want for quilting. You have satin stitches. You have a buttonhole stitch for doing applique. You've got a lot of decorative stitches. So if you wanted to play around with some crazy quilting, or if you wanted to do your applique with a stitch that was a little bit more interesting than a blanket stitch, then you have all that flexibility to do that up here. And the screen is going to show you what it's going to let you adjust with what's going on up top. The Allegro is going to come with 10 feet for you. Make sure, I'm afraid that something's going to fall, so we'll hope it doesn't. I have the standard zigzag. Yep, see? This is the button sewing on foot. It decided it was done for the day. So you can not only sew buttonholes, but you can actually sew buttons on as well with this. I hate sewing on buttons by hand. It takes me forever. I don't do them well. So it's faster for me to actually do it on my machine than it is to do it by hand. You've got an overcasting foot. You've got a blind hem foot. You've got a zipper foot. And those are your kind of your garment sewing stitches, your garment sewing feet. Down here is what you're going to use for quilting. You've got, I call it an open toe applique foot. It's also called a monogramming foot or a statin stitch foot. I love this foot for when I'm doing machine applique. I have a traditional 1/4 inch foot, and I have a straight stitch foot. Any of those can be used for quilting or for piecing, sorry. And then you've got the free motion foot, which I had on here a little bit earlier. And you even have a seam guide. So if you want to do perfectly parallel lines of stitching, that's going to do it for you. The other thing that I have that I don't often see is a second spool pin. So since I've already proven to you that they can come off, we're going to go. The beauty of live TV, right? That second spool pin is actually going to pop up here for you. So if you want to do twin needle, or if you have a machine that really wants to have that thread get fed off of that spool, it's right there for you. It comes included in the package, and you can keep all of those pieces in the dual compartments that you have for storage. There is enough room for everything that Baby Lock gave you and everything you're going to want to put in there as well. Everything Baby Lock gives you fits, doesn't even fill the front compartment, including all the feet and everything, because this accessory tray is so large, and they gave us a big compartment at the back as well as the compartment at the front. So you can keep all your extra feet in there. You can keep extra bobbins. You can keep your needles in there. You can keep whatever you want to have right at hand, right there in that accessory tray. So when I got it ready to sew on, there's a screw over here, which I'm not going to ask Roger to show you, but if I unscrewed this to put the foot on, and I did change the needle at the same time. You really shouldn't use the same needle for quilting as for piecing. It's a lesson that I continue to learn over and over and over because I try and cheat the system. But piecing goes in a straight line. So I use an 80-12 or a 90-14 needle, depending on what thread I'm using, because it does a great job and it goes in a straight line. Quilting, free motion quilting does not go in a straight line. I am going in everything but a straight line. And as I am quilting and I'm moving my hands, I'm tugging that needle a little bit because I'm continuously moving the fabric. The needle's going up and down. So as the needle's right coming in and going out of the fabric, it can deflect a little bit, which is why we always quilt with a bigger needle than what we piece with. So I have got an 18 in there. I had, an 18 in there when I was quilting earlier, and now I've switched it over to a 90 for doing the piecing demo for you. It's important to use the right tool for the job. They didn't make all those needles just because they wanted to make us go crazy. They made all those different needles because they're really important, and they're going to give you the best results if you just take a second to switch out your needle. So there's your lecture of the day. There's your learning moment of the day right there. So anyways, I've still cut my yellow thread on here. The Baby Lock Allegro is just as easy to thread as you would think that it is. You've got a path marked on the machine to show you how to thread it. So even if it's been a little while, it's marked right there on the top of the machine, how to thread it for sewing. And then over here, it's marked how to wind a bobbin. So it's right there for you. You don't have to pull out the manual, even though it comes with a great paper manual. You don't have to pull it out for everything because they put some of that stuff on the machine for you. And then you know what I forgot to tell you about? I did not put it on the machine or on the board because I wanted to be able to show it to you. This is not something that you often see on a machine like the Allegro. It is a straight stitch plate. So if you look at the straight stitch, let me take that step back. If you look at the stitch plate that's on your sewing machine right now, it's a zigzag plate because it's got like an oval shaped opening there for you to do a zigzag with. A straight stitch plate has a single hole there instead of that oval shaped opening. So you can only do a straight stitch with it. But as a quilter, as a garment sewer, as just about anybody, I really like having a straight stitch plate. It gives me precision and accuracy that sometimes the zigzag stitch plate isn't going to give me, because a zigzag stitch plate, you've got your oval shaped stitch plate. You've got your needle, which is a circle, kind of going down through the middle of it. So on the left and the right, your fabric is unsupported. This is why your machine can eat your fabric sometimes. With a single stitch plate, you have just this one hole right here. Your fabric is supported all the way around 360 degrees. So the needle can't deflect. It's going to be more well supported. Your fabric's going to be more well supported. And you just get a better stitch generally if you've got a straight stitch plate for your machine. They are, I buy them for every machine that I have. It's not included on some of the Baby Locks that are more expensive than this one, but it is included in the Allegro. So really appreciate that and take advantage of it. I'm going to leave the zigzag plate on the machine. It is really easy to switch out. There's just 2 screws right here. I'm just not going to do that right here. The bobbin cover, it's going to pop. I don't even know that I'm going to be able to get you to see this, Roger. It has markings on it. How about if I put fabric behind it?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be better.
Perfect. I've got a lot of my common seam allowances on here. So you can keep an eye on your seam allowances just by watching, making sure your seam is right on your bobbin case. I feel free to put any kind of marking tape on my machines that I want to, but this saves me the trouble of having to put it on there. And as you've noticed, it's a pop-off top load bobbin case, so it's really easy to use. Let's put that back in there. I have a red light right here. That red light is telling me that the presser foot is up and I'm not ready to sew. As soon as I put the presser foot down, that light turns green, so I know what I'm doing. The other thing that the Allegro does is right over here on the screen, you can see that it's flashing in the upper left-hand corner. That flashing is telling me that I have my presser foot up. That the reason that this light is red is because my presser foot is up. So if you can't figure out why the light is red, it's going to give you a clue over here. It's also telling me that my needle is going to stop down in the fabric, and it's going to tell me that I have my foot pedal plugged in right now. So it's got all of those basic things covered for me. If I unplug the foot pedal, then you can see that that indicator goes away. And when I put the foot down, I'm got a green light over here and I am ready to sew. However, I'm going to plug the foot pedal back in. Sorry, can't do that by sight. On the Allegro, I also have a knee lift. I am a huge fan of a knee lift. Let me show you why. Let me raise up the needle for a second. I'm going to switch the foot. I'm going to take the zigzag foot off, and I am going to put the regular 1/4 inch foot on so that I can show you quilt piecing, which is really what the Allegro is going to shine at for you. So here's my 1/4 inch foot. They're snap-on feet, just like you would expect to find on a baby lock. So let me just pop that guy on there. Pull that back. And now I am ready to start piecing. When I piece, actually when I do anything, I'd like to keep control of things. I like to be able to keep both hands on the fabric. So let me put I covered up my piece here. Let me put a couple of squares on here because I'll show you what the knee lift is all about. I've got 2 3-inch squares of fabric. That's just what size I cut the remnants that we had floating around here. So I can come back here and raise my presser foot and get things lined up, and I can move my hand back, and then I can start to sew. As soon as I find the foot pedal. There she is. Lesson learned. After you finish free motion quilting, put up the presser feet. Very easy to do. I just forgot to do it. To raise and lower the presser feet, you do need to take off this large extension tray. That's going to give you a free arm if you wanted to hem your pants or adjust some sleeves, something like that. But also back behind here is the lever that drops the feed dogs. So I just switched that back over to raise them. And now we can sew. See? Work the system. All right, so once I've gotten to the end of this seam right here, I'm going to pull my next 2 pieces that I'm ready to go with. I can get them ready. I can come back here, lift up the presser foot and put it back down again. But I can also, while I'm getting it ready, I don't know if you can see down here, Roger. Tip down just I've got this knee lift right here, and if I take my leg and I push it to the right, then the presser foot comes up. So down it goes, up it goes. I don't have to put my hands on the presser foot lifter. With the knee lifter, I can raise and lower the presser foot without having to take my hands off of whatever it is that I'm doing.
Let's show the action again because I'm zoomed into what the needle is.
So there's the down, and if I push my leg to the right, it's going to go up, into a very nice high position so I can tuck my next piece under and then sew that one along. Lift again. It's just more efficient when you're doing a lot of things because it lets you just keep your hands moving and keep your hands on the fabric. You can imagine that if I was doing some kind of bigger project and I needed to adjust something, this would let me leave one hand on the fabric, one knee to lift the presser foot. And now I still have my right hand free to do whatever adjustment I need to do right here to my seam before I go ahead and sew it in. I do have that lovely speed control. So you can go slow or you can go 1,000 stitches per minute. If you like, I don't even like to quilt that fast. And I go fast. But if you like to go that fast, then it is there and available for you to go. Now, when you upgrade to the Allegro, you also are going to get the rest of these buttons that you see right here. I have a scissors button. That scissors button is going to cut this thread for me, though I'm not going to use it right at this second. I have a needle up and down button, and that's just going to toggle the needle up and down for me. There's always times when you want to do that, and this is not the way to do it. Having that button on the front of the machine is going to make all the difference in the world to you. I'm going to put my next piece of fabric down under here because this little bullseye right here, he's going to tie a knot for me. It's going to give me 4 stitches in place and tie a knot. When my mother or my home ec teacher, I don't remember who I learned it from, taught me how to sew, to reinforce a seam, you sewed, let's flip it again. You sewed forwards, and then you sewed backwards, and then you sewed forwards again. And that was how you reinforced a seam, is it you had to take that 1/8 of an inch to do that reinforcement with, forward, backward, forward. That was the only thing that you could do. But you don't have to do that on the Allegro because you've got this magic button right here that'll do it for you. And then if I get to the end of the seam, I can hit the scissors button and it'll cut. I can use my knee lifter to raise the presser foot and I can come clearly to the side. Okay, I magically did not sew anything. Let's see where the problem is. Oh, I think this is the problem. Lack of bobbin thread. Sorry, I swore I had enough to get me through. Oh, there it is on the floor. I was positive that I think I quilted more than I thought I was going to quilt.
It looked good though.
Thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. All right. So here is my other bobbin, my spare backup bobbin. I put that in. One of the things that I really like about any machine with a cutter is this thread path here over to the side. If you put that bobbin thread in there, cut it over, snick it, it is exactly the length that the machine wants it to be. It's not too long and causes problems. It's not too short and won't pick up. It's exactly where it needs to be. So let me put that back in. And now we are going to go again. So the pedal. All right, so there's that. And now I have my scissors. And if I pull to the side, and then I actually have a seam in here this time. Yay, Deb. And it cut that at the end for me. But what I can also do is over here on the screen, let me just sew along a little bit here. Over here, I've got some more options that I'm not accustomed to having. So if I hit the scissor button on my screen right here, you can see it shows up there. And then if I hit the tie off button right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, cut. Roger didn't catch that, did he?
I almost got it. we could hit that button again. I think we'll get the shot this time of it moving.
I didn't warn Roger what I was going to do. So scissor button, tie off button, 4 stitches, cut.
Perfect.
And then I can just lift the presser foot and pull it away. And I have that end secured. I don't have to worry about it coming undone. I like to secure my ends because what will happen quite often is as I'm continuing to work on my quilts, especially as I get out to the borders, sometimes they'll start to pull open just a little bit. So being able to just very easily secure that end and not have it be able to kind of the edges come apart just a little bit as I'm working on the rest of the project is a great benefit to me. So the Allegro is really great for quilting, but it will do more than quilting as well. So let me take that foot and switch it back over to my standard foot. Okay, so denim, there's so many people that need to hem their jeans. I am one of them. So if you, let's see, 2, 4. So I've got 6 layers of denim right there. And if I put my foot down, then it's just going to go. I don't have to do anything. I would have my hands on it to steer regularly. But I want you to see that the machine is strong enough to do it on its own. I don't need to guide, I need to guide it, but I certainly don't need to help it along. Because the Allegro is nice and strong and it can take care of a lot of that for you. So you don't have to worry about that. You've got a ton of decorative stitches up here, including all those alphabets. And there's an easy way to get to them if you look at your screen over here. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right now I am on, let me put the presser foot down just so that's not flashing. Right now I'm on stitch number 1, and that is a straight stitch down the middle of the machine. And so that's the stitch category right down here. What I have here are shortcuts to get through to the different parts of the stitches. If I hit the butterfly, or actually that's flower, sorry, it'll jump me all the way up to stitch number 62, which is out of the 200 stitches. So that's kind of maybe a third of the way through. If I hit the heart, that's going to take me to stitch 157. But if that's not the stitch that I want, then I've got kind of like forward and single and by tens buttons where I can change the stitches by. So I can adjust to get to whatever stitch number I want. And I will tell you, I did not pick one specifically. And that's going to go one at a time. But with 200 stitches, that could take a while, which is why we also have the by tens button. So this is going to take me from 31 to 21 to 11 to 1 and help me to fast forward my way through those 200 stitches that the Allegro has. I also have on here, let me find the stitch I was using was there. I'm on stitch 61 right now, which is a decorative stitch with a straight line and diamonds that are facing to the right. I do have a mirror function on the machine, so if I want it to go the other way, I don't have to turn my whole project around. I can just make most of the stitches just flip from left to right and mirror. I will tell you that it doesn't work with alphabets though, so don't try that one, but it will work with most of the rest of the stitches that I've tried. I don't think I found one that it didn't work on. You might wonder about how good the decorative stitches are on the Allegro, and I'm going to tell you that they are absolutely great. So let me find a, oops. Where'd it go? That was my button sewing on stitches. Did you see those? Let me get up into my decoratives. Okay, I'm going to do this little leaf right here. I'm going to do it on black fabric. I don't have any stabilizers, so I'm going to fold it in half. If I want to adjust it, I do have the ability to adjust the stitch right here, but I'm going to leave it just as it is and let that stitch out for you so you can see how beautiful the decorative stitches are in here. When they added the stitches, they really checked them out and they fine-tuned it and made sure that a Baby Lock Allegro can really do everything that it's supposed to do well. The stitches that are on here are not sloppy looking. They are beautiful. That's kind of a hard one to stitch out because it goes forwards and backwards, and sometimes it doesn't meet back up in the center, or the leaf points get a little bit blunted off, but this one is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So there is so much that you can do on the Allegro. Let me show you how to adjust the stitches. So I'm on stitch 65 right now. If I just hit this main utility stitch button in the corner, now I've gone straight back to stitch number 1. I have a 2.5 millimeter stitch length, and it's a straight stitch, so my width is 0, but I can go all the way up to 5 millimeters long if I wanted to do some basting, or I can go all the way down to, I think it's 1. Nope, I can go further down than that. If you want micro stitching to really hold something in place, but that's not really what I'm looking for right now, so I'm going to go to stitch number, where's my zigzag? I think it's zigzag is 23. Yep. So 23 is my zigzag stitch. What I have is, here's my width at 5.5. It'll go all the way up to 7 millimeters wide. And here is my stitch length, which is 0.7. So you can really let that zigzag go. I always like to check out the zigzag on a machine because that needle moves back and forth. It tends to pull a little bit. But you can see I've got really good tension on the back as well as on the front. It's beautifully spaced. There's nothing where the back side is pulling up to the front side. It looks absolutely perfect. You know, the Allegro it's new, but it's an evolution. The Allegro is kind of the next generation of the Baby Lock Jazz, where they added to it all those things that we've kind of been wishing that we could have in a machine that was this size, and Baby Lock went ahead and did it. We've got 10 feet, including just about every foot you're going to want to quilt with, a straight stitch plate, which is kind of unheard of in this category. We've got 200 stitches, 2 alphabets, about 10 buttonholes, knee lift, needle up and down, scissors. Those are all on the Baby Lock Allegro, and it's a huge leap forward for a machine that is this size. I am so excited that we got it into the store. We have been waiting so long for it. Even when we were at Baby Lock Tech back at the end of August, they had only 2 of them, and they really wouldn't let us touch them. Their educators got to touch them, and we just had to watch. So getting me able to get my hands on it and really see that it does exactly what they told us it was going to do is amazing. I have not found one thing that I do not absolutely love about the Allegro. And you guys know this is coming from somebody who has 11 machines at her house already. So I've got a lot of options to choose from. But I think for the price point, this Allegro is a home run. And I hope that Blaine agrees with me too.
Well, Deb, I do. Excuse me. The machine itself is around that $1,200 mark. But today with the combo we got, if somebody's wanting just to get a great combination, it is a fantastic buy. Now again, everybody, got to tell you out there, you can, if you've already got a really good sewing machine at home right now, and you don't need to upgrade your machine, and you want to just get that electric lift table with the Cutie Frame, we can mix and match that to make it work for you. Just give us a call at 800-401-8151. If you have any questions, Nick's team is standing by. They can answer all your questions over there at the call center, and they know these products extremely well, so they can help you out. But again, if you want to get a Cutie Frame and put your existing machine on, you can. If you wanted to just get the Cutie and the table, you can do that. But if you're really interested in getting the Allegro or the Jazz too, to get that 12-inch throat space, to be able to put on that whole combo we did, that would be a great opportunity today because of the price. And if you're just not interested in the frame or the table, hey, if you just want to get the machine, you can just get the machine by itself as well. So give us a call, 800-401-8151. If you want to look at the combo product pages, go to smplive.tv. Those products are going to be right there. You can just click on them, and it shows you the whole combo and all the things that comes with it. And each machine has a great bundle that comes with the machine as well. You're going to get the sew mat. You're going to get the love of sewing from Baby Lock. You're getting all that foot kit, the 12-foot kit, some needles and some thread. So there's some really good packages with each machine as well. But today, that whole bundle comes together. It is a great package. So Kennedy, if we could put that Allegro overlay up there again, everybody see that. That is a great combination. Not only are you going to get the Allegro sewing machine, you're going to get, that electric lift table, all position table. You're going to get the wool mat to go on it, to the ironing mat. You're going to get that Cutie Frame. You're getting that whole big bundle that goes with the machine with all the feet, the sew mat, all the thread, the needles, and all that, all for $29.99. And guys, we have 0% interest financing available for you, so you can make some real low monthly payments to get that. And I'm telling you right now, somebody could probably make that monthly payment by just sewing quilts for people.
Yeah.
There's so many things they could do. But let me tell you a little bit about the machine again, just to kind of recap what Deb had already talked about. Again, this is the Baby Lock Allegro quilting machine and sewing machine, and it is a perfect machine for that piecing and quilting those large projects. It has that 12-inch throat space on it, 200 built-in stitches, 2 alphanumeric fonts. It has that convenient push button features. You'll have everything you need to bring creative visions to life right at your fingertips. And again, we talked about that 12-inch workspace. You're not going to have any problem with those bigger quilts. 200 built-in stitches, and again, you can take your creativity to new heights with all those stitches, including 56 utility stitches with 11 one-step buttonhole styles, 144 decorative stitch patterns, and 2 built-in alphabets. Has that built-in needle threader. And I think somebody asked that question, Kyle, in the chat. Does it have a built-in needle threader? It does. With just a few simple motions, your needle's threaded and ready to use. There's no guesswork. And if you're like me and you have to have glasses to put on to see all the little stuff, you're not going to need it with this, because it'll do it for you. It has that programmable needle up, needle down. You can choose to have your needle start in the up or the down position, eliminating interruptions and making it easier to complete your projects faster. It's the perfect option for chain piecing and applique. It has that LED screen on it to show you all the adjustable stitches and the links. You can have the mirror image and more, by using just the LCD screen on it. You get that straight stitch needle plate, and that, it's you included with the straight stitch needle plate to precisely piece quilts or sew with fine, delicate fabrics. And that's what's great about this machine with that straight stitch. Now, the Jazz 2 has the 12-inch needle space, but it doesn't have that feature. So the Allegro has quite a few features that the Jazz 2 doesn't have, and that's the reason the difference in the price. But both of them would be incredible machines on here. It's just going to depend on your budget, which one you would want to go to. Some of the things that comes with it, again, some of the convenient features. It has that start-stop button, the reverse sewing, reinforced stitch, the needle up, needle down, the thread cutter. And one thing the thread cutter does, it's not going to work like a quilting machine where it has the pause and the where you do a stitch, the final stitch to the locking stitch. But what it does do is you can cut the thread, and it will leave a thread tail on it, so you can actually grab your thing, and then you can trim it with your scissors. Some of the things that it has: the built-in bottom winder, needle plate with a scale in inches and centimeters, additional seam marking on the bobbin cover for needle position preference, free arm, 2 accessory storage compartments. You're going to get that knee lifter. You're going to get the straight stitch needle plate, 9 snap-on feet, plus in the bundle you're getting an additional 12 feet that come with it. You're getting the free motion darning foot. You're getting the soft cover for the machine. I think everybody loves the cover of the machine, and Baby Lock really does a nice job with that cover for the machine. You're getting the bobbins. You're getting the seam ripper with a brush. You're getting some extra needles. You're getting the spool cap, screwdrivers, quilting guide, extra spool pins, the foot control pedal. You're getting the 60-day trial classes, the online sewing classes from Baby Lock. And then you're getting So many more things. It's got a 25-year warranty, 10-year for parts, 5-year for the computer, 5-year for electrical, and 1 year for the labor. And again, guys, we can't say enough about this. So, Kyle, was there some questions now that they were asking?
One of the questions: what is the size of the table?
Okay, the size of the table, again, for the StayPerfect table, that table is going to be 30 inches deep. So from front to back, it's going to be 30 inches, and it's going to be 48 inches wide. And then the electric height, it has 3 memory settings on it that you can set for preset the heights that you want it. But it goes from 27.6 or 27.3 all the way up to 47.6 in the height. So you can customize that to any height you want. So what's some other questions, Kyle?
Are you able to quilt a king-size quilt on the Cutie Frame?
Yes, 100%. And how the Cutie Frame works, it has a rail system on it with clamps. And so basically, if you can imagine an embroidery hoop, how you could just embroidery a big piece of fabric and you can just, embroidery in that field where it's at. That's kind of the way the Cutie Frame works. It has these clip-ons, and you're basically going to hoop it where you're at, and you have this big, huge area you're going to work. And then when you get that finished done, you unclip, take the clamps off, and you advance your quilt and move it, and then reclamp it, and then just start in the new spot. So it works extremely well. I've used it, and I love that thing. And again, I think Deborah really talked about how it was almost like you could use one hand, one finger. It moves it's so well balanced. It moves. Oh my gosh, it flows so well. So you're not going to have any problems with it at all. So Kyle, any other?
Do either of these machines have a built-in stitch regulator? And if not, can you buy stitch regulation?
That's a great question. We might have to go to Deb on that. I know that they don't have stitch regulation in the machines, but I think I don't know if they've got anything out there. I know that Grace makes that quilt regulation, but I don't think it works on the Jazz or the Allegro yet. So there may be something else out there. And I know that the Acu quilt system works on the Jazz. Works on the Jukies. I don't think they've got it made on there, but I'm sure there's gonna be something coming. But let's go to Deb real quick and just ask her if there's something I'm missing on that. Debbie, do you know if there's any stitch regulation on the market that'll work on either one of these machines yet?
Nothing is released. Grace is working on one, but we don't have one to test, and they haven't released it to the market yet.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I didn't think there was anything out there yet. So what other questions we have, Kyle?
If someone has one of these items, if they already have the table or if they already have the machine and they want to buy the other items in the bundle, not the whole bundle, can they call us and will we make them a deal?
Yes.
Of course.
So everything that y'all saw on the show today, whether it was the table, the Cutie Frame, even the sew mat or either machine, if you just want to mix and match and you don't want the entire bundle, we'll work with you on there and give you a great deal on it today. We have a great special on it. You're saving $500 or $600 on this today, so we will still work with you on that. We have some really good financing available as well. So try to make it easy for them to buy, Kyle.
Yep. Someone asked, can they do a trade-in towards this bundle? And that's a great question because we have our National Trade-In Month going on right now. So yes, you can.
Yes. So guys, right now, just remind you, it's called the SMP National Trade-In Month. And so you can trade your machine in right now all the way till the end of this month. We're taking trade-ins on anything we sell. And so it doesn't matter if we even carry the brand of machine you have. It could be some off-brand that we've never heard of. We'll assess your machine and we'll give you a value for it and let you trade it in. So most certainly, if you got something out there you want to trade in for this bundle, we'll take your trade in, because what we do is we refurbish those, and a lot of times we just donate the machines away if it's an older type machine or if it's a one of those smaller type machines. But if it's a really nice machine, we can refurb that and actually resell it. So again, it's just whatever you have, we will assess that and try to give you a good price for it.
Easy way for you to get your dream machine.
It sure is. Yeah, especially if you got something you haven't been using, just sitting in the sewing room.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't used it in a while. Now it's worth something to you.
Yeah, with so many new machines out there,
Wow.
it is crazy.
All right, Kyle, what else? Any other questions?
Last question. If someone's deciding between the Jazz bundle or the Allegro bundle, what is the main difference between those two machines?
Perfect. Great question, y'all. Great question. So what I try to do between the two, both of them have the 12-foot throat space. So they're very similar machines, but what you're going to get with the Allegros, you're getting electronics that are built in now. So now, not only can you set your stitch width and stitch length, you can set the speed where you want it. So I kind of call it like cruise control on a car. So if you can imagine, if you don't have cruise control, you have a gas pedal. So the Jazz is like the gas pedal. When you hit the foot controller, it has a variable speed. So however fast you push it, the faster the machine goes. But it'll go, if you push it all the way down, it's going to go wide open. On the Allegro, you can have an electronic speed setting that you can set the speed where you want, the max speed, and what it'll do is when you hit the gas pedal all the way down, it only goes that speed. So it's not going to go wide open. So let's just say it stitches at 1,000 stitches per minute, and you have a project, you only want it to do 600 stitches per minute. When you push that foot pedal all the way down, it's only going to go to that 600 stitches per minute. So that's really important when you are doing that free motion quilting, to have that consistent speed so you can kind of get a good rhythm. So that's a really good question, Kyle. And that's probably the biggest differences. Also, it has 200 built-in stitches. So it has a lot more built-in bells and whistles, as you should say, than the Jazz too. So it is well worth the extra money to pay. If you've got that extra money to spend, it's well worth it, because you're getting a lot of features built in, especially with the needle, the automatic needle threader, the needle cutter, all those different things that come with it. Is just a really nice package. And I think Deb said it well. It's just a great package for the money. If you compare that to some of the higher end machines on the market, this is a really good entry level price for a lot of features. All right. So what else? Any other questions?
Everything.
All right, guys, that was all the questions. So, hey, guys, we sure glad y'all tuned in today. And again, if you want that machine or you just have any questions, give us a call at 800-401-8151. If you just want to see it, the packages, both bundles, just go to smplive.tv. On there, Kyle has those products. You just hit the product. It takes you to that page, and you can read all about it. So, all right, guys, great show today. We're going to end the show with some giveaways.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to announce our winner from last week's show that won the machine. Kennedy, do you have that winner ready to go?
I do, and you know her, Blaine.
I know her.
You do. It is the one and only Ella Bly.
Ella Bly. She's watching from Facebook last week. So, guys, congratulations to Ella. We all love Ella Bly. So she was winning. What machine was it?
It was the
Burnett Sew and
Burnett Sew and Go. Right, there it is. The Burnett Sew and Go. So, guys, how Ella won, and I'll tell you how she won this. So today, after the show is over, and what we do is we post, it becomes like a video. Instead of it being live, it's a video that you can go back and watch on YouTube and Facebook. Underneath that video, there's places where you can make comments, or you could ask questions, or whatever you want to do. If you go make a comment in that area under the video on Facebook or YouTube, that automatically enters you to win our second chance winning. So we're going to give a machine away for that as well, and we're going to announce that winner next week on next week's show. But you can do it anytime today or anytime this week, but we'll announce that winner. We usually pick the winner right before the show the following week. So from all those comments. So make sure you all go do that, make all those comments, and you can comment as many times as you want, because the more comments there, the more entries you have. All right. So guys, this week on the live part, we are going to give a bag bundle away, and Kennedy's going to spin that wheel for that. So we're going to give two of you out there a bag bundle. Kennedy has her wheel ready to go.
I do.
So guess what? Let's spin that wheel, Kennedy.
Bam. Let me get some music going.
And we have to have our spin music going.
We do.
Clovis Perkins.
Perkins.
Clovis is watching today from Facebook. So congratulations, Clovis. You just won yourself a bag bundle. So Clovis, to claim those bags, just go to smplive.tv and scroll down toward the bottom of that page. You'll see where it says claim your prize. Fill out the information, hit submit, and then we'll get your bags right out to you. All right, Kennedy, we're going to give another set of these bags away. Spin that wheel, Kennedy.
Bam. See a lot of new names on here.
I've seen some new names. Lorraine Scott. She is watching from YouTube. So, Lorraine, thank you so much for watching. and that's a name I haven't seen before.
I know.
So hopefully she's a first timer. She has just won herself a bag bundle. So Lorene, make sure you go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of that page. You'll see a place that says claim your prize. Just fill out that information, hit submit, and we'll get your bags out to you. All right, next up, we are going to give one of our world famous sewing mats today. And today we've got a new color that we're going to give away. So we have a new color. It is called Blueberry.
Oh yeah.
And we are going to let you pick your size of the blueberry. It's not even on the web page yet. So
I don't even know about this.
yes, this is a special color. And we're going to give the blueberry mat away. And what we want you to do, you can go to smplive.tv, click on the sew mats, and you can go there just to see the size dimensions of each size. That way you can pick. Just tell us, hey, what size you want. And it's going to be the blueberry sew mat that we're going to give away today. And it's kind of between purple and the blue brother. It's kind of between those, but it's a really pretty color. And so anyway, Kennedy, spin that wheel.
Oh, well, I didn't know this. I didn't know there was a new map coming out.
Debbie said it's her favorite color.
Really? Debbie, it's a favorite. Debbie didn't win. Oh my gosh. Noreen Olson. Noreen won. She is from Facebook. So Noreen, you get a new hot off the press blueberry sew mat. And it is going to be the size of your choice. So go to smplive.tv, scroll down to the bottom of the page where it says claim your prize, and just tell us what size of that blueberry mat you want, and we'll get that shipped out to you. All right, Kennedy, I feel good today, so we're going to give 2 more of these blueberry mats away. 2 more. So spin that wheel.
My goodness.
I'm feeling generous.
I haven't even seen this, you guys. I'm so excited to see this color.
Angel Ball.
Congratulations.
So Angel Ball won. She's watching today from Facebook. And nice picture up there, Angel. I wish everybody would put their pictures on their profiles. So Angel, again, just go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim your prize. You can just tell us the size you want of that blueberry mat, and we'll get that out to you as soon as we get your information. All right, we're going to do one more of these. All right, Kennedy, spin that wheel.
Let's see.
Renee Bolton.
Oh,
Renee
I know
is
her.
watching from YouTube. So congratulations, Renee. Renee, you just won yourself a blueberry sew mat. And just tell us your size. So just go to smplive.tv and scroll down to the bottom where it says claim your prize. Tell us what size you want that blueberry mat, and as soon as we get your information, we'll get that out to you. All right.
Blaine, can we make a strawberry sew mat?
Strawberry. Hey, we're working on a leopard print sew mat. So we're working on new leopard because everybody wanted one.
I want to design a sew mat.
So-
You get me excited. Okay.
All right.
What
So,
else?
all right. I think what's up next? We're going to give a machine away
I
or a
think
$100 gift card.
So.
Let's do a $100 gift card.
Here we
There
go.
it is, $100 gift certificate to Sewing Machines Plus. Hey, if you're local in Southern California, you can go into either one of our retail stores. We have 2 superstores. We have one down in San Diego on Mission Boulevard that you can go to. And we have the other one up in San Marcos, California, which is just a little north of Escondido, about 40 miles north of the airport in San Diego. Either location you can go to, you can use the gift card if you win it. But don't worry, if you're nationwide, all the way to the East Coast, you can just go online and use this at your purchase. When you go into the shopping cart, you can put it in there, but Kyle will email you out your gift certificate if you win it. Again, how you'll claim it is just go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom where it says claim your prize, and you just fill out your information and put in the notes, just put I won the gift card. All right, Kennedy, let's spin that wheel. Hazel Isbell. So Hazel, watching today from YouTube, congratulations, Hazel. You just won yourself a $100 gift card. So just go down to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom where it's claim your prize, and just let us know you won the gift card with all your information. Most important, your email address in there, and we'll email that gift card out to you. All All right.
All right.
Next up is a sewing machine.
Okay.
Is this the Encore?
It is the
Encore.
Encore.
Wow, this is the Encore 260A. And everybody, this machine comes with a extension table. We're going to throw absolutely free in. Great manual sewing machines. You're going to love this thing. This is a brand that's made just for us, and we love this machine. It's a workhorse. And again, we're going to throw that free extension table in. This is a $349 at retail. I think we got it on sale right now for $299 with the free extension table. And we're going to give somebody one absolutely free. So Kennedy, spin that wheel.
Don't have to tell me twice. Let's do it.
Wolf House Exotics?
Is that Wolf Guys?
Maybe.
Wolf House Exotics.
I think that may be Wolf Guys.
be
But I
Wolf
don't
House.
know.
Wolf House. Wolf House.
Well,
All right, so congratulations, Wolf House Exotics. You are watching from Facebook. So again, go to our smplive.tv page, scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim your prize, fill out the information, hit submit, and we will send it out to you. So Wolf House Exotics will be using the Encore 260A
Yes.
to make some exotic stuff.
Yes.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank y'all for joining in. We know this was a long show today. It actually went a little way over, about 40 minutes over our normal time. But hey, thanks for sticking in there with us and hanging out. We had a lot of information to give you today. And again, guys, if you have any questions about the bundles today, make sure you just jump on the phone and call us at 800-401-8151. Nick's team's all standing by on the phones over there. They can help you out, answer your questions, and we can mix and match anything that you want to do. But we would love to get you into that. And then don't forget about our National Trade-In Day sale, or Trade-In Month sale, I should say, that we have going on all the way till the end of the month, that you can still trade your machines in. And you can give us a call on that, and we can value your machine and let you know what we could give you for it. But anyway, guys, sure do appreciate y'all tuning in today. Make sure y'all tune in next Tuesday for Kennedy's Takeover Tuesday. Who's our guest next Tuesday?
I believe we have. I'd have to look. I'm not sure.
Okay, she's not sure of the guest.
November 8th, Jane Klaus.
November 8th is Jane
Coming
Klaus.
back.
So yeah, we got two really great shows we know coming up. November 8th, Jane Klaus is coming in. And if you've been interested in decorating for Christmas, she's going to be working with a company that are going to show you all kinds of neat things for Christmas. So you want to make sure you tune in. And then November 10th, hey, we have Tom Orrick going to be in the house in person. We're going to be in the classroom in San Marcos demonstrating and showing you demos on the brand new David vacuum cleaner, which he named after his father, because his father was a pioneer in the vacuum industry for years and years and years. And so Tom Orrick will be here in the house showing the new David. And guys, this machine will blow you away. It's absolutely battery operated, cord free, will vacuum your floors for an hour on one charge. And so it is, and it's lightweight. You can pick it up with one finger. So anyway, guys, can't wait for those two shows coming up. We've got those scheduled. But anyway, we hope that you'll join us all next week. Tuesday and Thursday, we'll have shows. Hope you have a great rest of your week, great weekend, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
So long.
See ya. Bye.